I thought it was funny listening back to the what's the name. That could be like our technical. Like anytime somebody goes too far.
How about this?
Which one is that?
Double bill.
All right,
I like the sound of this one.
Oh my
start
God.
playing your intro.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Said it like you proved a point.
I did. It's golden.
God.
And then, yeah, just let me know when you're ready for mics.
Okay.
You're now listening to the Sneaker Box.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back in the studio, Podcast Detroit. Shout out to them.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Guru's so excited that he just said yep. But yeah, so
He's got his excited face.
which is the same face he has for every other emotion.
I watched that Kawhi thing. I'm like, that's Amari when it gets.
That's
about
you.
That's you.
I know, right?
Definitely.
He acts like his son gets his emotions from anybody else. His son, your son, you are like Piccolo. Like you would just like he is a spitting image of you.
Nah, he's way more laid back than I am.
You sure?
Like he was mimicking my sister. My sister was watching him like a couple weeks back, and he was playing a video game, and she was like, "Honey, can you get this?" He was like, "Honey, can you go get this?" She was like, "What?" He was like, "What?" He was playing a game and like mimicking her with no emotion.
That's you.
Yeah, your son is a jerk. Straight up.
Basically, I had another word for it, but I don't think I can call a 3-year-old a-hole.
I mean, hey, if the shoe fits, he gonna wear it.
No, I just call his father. Speaking of which, you look like a youth minister right now. Like,
I just got from work.
like you just did a TED
It
talk
looked like you
at
come in
Michigan.
at night and change the toilet paper.
I mean, you do look like you just got finished giving a testimony. So
I know, right?
Straight from the Ozark.
College of Ozarks.
Where these jobs moving, I move on.
You sure you went over there with that jacket on, with that swoosh on there?
I slang over there.
I know, right?
Yep.
He got escort. That's why he got here so on time. They told him he ain't had to come back.
Sir, you can leave now.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get these packs off on the water? I advise you keep it moving.
What packs you got?
Like, what Ozark you talking about? We talking about the college. It's like you talking about the show.
Yeah, I'm talking about the show. Yeah, I'm talking about the show.
I have yet to watch the second season, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, second is good.
I need to get
It's getting interesting.
Anyway, Detroit is definitely in the building via your headphones, stereo, and speakers. This is the Sneaker Box podcast, brought to you by DTLR Radio and the Sneaker Bar Detroit, and me. Since went through that last week, I'm not even gonna rehash that. But yeah, just tune in at 185 if you don't know what I'm talking about. No, 186.
Those
186.
guys. Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah, 186.
Yeah, 187. This is 187. 13 away from 200. Yeah.
Yep.
This
On
is
the undercover
the
cop?
most, huh?
You said 187, so I said on the undercover cop.
Snoop.
Okay.
187.
Yeah, no, it's early.
That's
for
your
me.
era. Like,
No, it's early for me. I work nights, so this is my morning. Right
Once
now.
Eminem came out, every other rapper just
Oh my god.
They don't matter
Right, though,
anymore.
man.
Yeah, this guy.
It's just Ice Cube, Snoop. I don't feel so good. As soon as Eminem came out, it was just
Wow. I wonder if we should even get into that later on in the show.
what?
That whole debate.
Oh, I don't know.
We can't.
Joe Budden, whatever. Let's see how much time we got. Let's get to some sneakers. I know somebody's yelling at their radio right now. Oh, get the sneakers. So anyway, make sure to follow us on Twitter at TSB_radio. Follow us on Instagram at the SneakerBox_radio. And you can follow us on Facebook by looking up the Sneakerbox podcast page. On feet, what's everybody went on feet today?
We Arizona Generations.
Nice. I got Dinosaur Jr.
Did you mean that? Like,
no, really, I do. He knows as much as I despise LeBron, the basketball player, not the person. He seems like a good guy.
Right.
I like your shoes.
Right.
So,
Okay, what you got on today?
Dinosaur Jr. Nike SBs.
I don't think I've ever seen those. Let me see. He pulls up his shoe. Dang, dude. Like, he just, wow.
We go our last podcast.
I'm gonna ring the bell on myself.
Right.
Yeah, last podcast.
In case y'all don't know, the bell is anytime we go too far. And Gino, within 5 minutes of the show?
I'm already out of line.
Yeah, out of control.
It's too much Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and I am wearing. Shout out to Podcast Detroit, by the way. So yeah, they keep their refrigerator stocked up. But yeah, I am wearing my Wing 12. So we're quite the battle today. And Jumpman would love this place, by the way. Just for the Mountain Dew. Just for the free Mountain Dew in the refrigerator. He would just love it.
I mean, I was going to say, like, are we drinking this for him?
Yeah, we should pour some out. Not in here though.
No.
You already put your feet up on the table, and Lord knows you probably.
Well,
will
I mean,
pour
hey,
some
we
out
might
in the
as
studio.
well just go all out there. And they got Clorox wipes over there, so
Wow. And didn't we just tell the lady that we was gonna like make her job easier?
I'll clean it up.
So you would pour it out
And I'll
just to-
watch.
Oh, see, I'm volunteer. Like,
I was just wow. Anyway, let's get to our 5 releases from the previous week, and we still do not have our drop. That's my fault.
top five.
There you go, Gino. There you go. So anyway, start with number 5. We had the PSNY Special Edition Nike Air Force One High Pack. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Damn, the Randy Jackson, like,
Right.
I mean, I like what the PSNY, what those dudes do. Is just the Air Force One. It just wasn't it for me. So
I
So,
like.
how many Rihannas you giving them? We're gonna go back to our grading system, by the
I
way.
got one.
One Rihanna? Okay. How many you giving it?
I mean, I like them. They're pretty weird, pretty different. I mean, that's not an everyday type shoe. You gotta like for real be stepping out somewhere. I mean, I give it 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Man, if we can just keep it to.
Okay,
3.5.
all right, I give it 3. There,
Okay, there you go.
better.
I'm gonna give it a 3 too. I mean, I don't know. It just seems, honestly, for me personally, it just seems like everybody's going with that whole deconstructed look that the Off-White thing is doing,
I mean,
and
we
it's
did
getting
it.
kind of old to
I
me.
mean, we did it when we was at Nike.
Did it with?
We deconstructed our shoes when we was at Nike.
One person did that.
Actually, two. I took my
Did
tag
you?
off and put it on my. I took the top of the Air Force One mid tag and put it on the strap.
Oh, I remember you doing that. Okay. But that was just something simple. Like, what's the name went out of
So
control
then,
with it.
basically, I can blame you for the Just Do It pack. How they did those Air Max ones. How they had like the tag hanging off the toe of the shoe.
Only time I get blamed for something if I got royalties off of it.
Wow. Oh, speaking of which, they took your shoes.
Yeah.
You get royalties for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that Air Max 95.
Guru got a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Now I know how Penny felt when he saw the Foam Posit ones come out. I mean, when the Foam Posit Pros came out. I was like, oh, that's how that feels.
They did play you, man.
And they played you to the left. Yeah, well. Got real quiet.
Yeah, I mean,
Hit the bell for Nike. Nike gets attacked.
Yeah, Nike, you was out of line
Nike
for that
gets
one.
attacked for that. Number 4, we have the Undercover Special Edition Nike React Element 87 Light Beige Chalk. I need to get a pair of these. I've heard nothing but good things about this shoe. So
I like them. Probably this is like the grumpy old sneakerhead in me. It's like I like when stuff is new and fresh, but when people overdo it, they'll take a normal shoe and just give it the off-white attention. So it's like I want to get them, but it's like everybody and their mama
I feel you.
wants them, then it drives up the resale price, and it's just.
I feel you on that, and that's usually how I feel about most shoes. That withstanding, I still like the shoe.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
the shoe
shoes.
looks
I
nice.
think the
It's just-
shoes dope. I mean, I think the other thing too is it looks comfortable. I haven't heard anybody say it's not comfortable. So I mean, that's definitely like one of those shoes where it's like
Right.
you can wear that wherever, whenever.
Right.
But to Guru's point, it is kind of like getting tiring when something drops and like I'm on the sneakers app and I'm like, well, we don't even know anything about this shoe and it's already sold out.
Right.
So it's like, come on now.
That's my. I wonder, like, if I wish there was a way to go to like another dimension or go back in time and remove the swoosh, don't even tell them like what the shoe is and which brand it is. Just show them the
Yeah,
silhouette.
if that was a Reebok, it wouldn't have sold out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, show them the silhouette and like, do you still like this shoe? Like I just wish people would just keep it 100 and just be like, look, I like this shoe because this person's name attached to it, or everybody else thinks it's hot. Like I really do feel like there's a lot of wave riding right now.
I feel like what melody is to hip hop is what hype is to sneakers right now. That's exactly like now you have to sing everything
Yeah.
for it to blow up. Right now, I feel like
Remember that was
everything
a
has-
knock back in the day?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
sung
about
on
the
a rap
melody?
song?
Yeah,
I mean,
only Nate Dogg is the only person that
Right,
can sing.
Yeah, and then when Ja Rule tried to do it, that ended his career.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he did it do well until 50 came, but I just feel
And
like
then 50 came and did it.
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So it was just like one or two guys maybe. Then T-Pain came after them, and you know what I'm saying? But it was just that one guy. I feel like everything has that now. It's like where's the days where a shoe that wasn't hype could just sell out? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
It's been when was the last time you went to the shoe store? I mean, probably for more so with us than you. It's like when you just grab it. Oh, this is the last one. Nothing, because everything sells out right in there, or
Or
everything
just
sits. There's no
Yeah.
gradual selling. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I mean, that's the other issue I got with those reacts is I've only seen them on Nike's website on the sneakers app.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in stores.
Yeah, I've yet to see one in store, and that's even more the
Do
crazy
they even
part for
sell
me.
in store?
They sell them stuff. It probably go so fast.
I was gonna say they probably sell it like an actual Nike Town, unlike the community store that we have.
Yeah, that we got lied to. Who's going to eventually become a Nike Town? Oh, okay, we in like 30, 21.
It's a long time.
Like
from
they
now.
didn't say how long it was going to turn into a Nike. Like you talking about 100 years into the future. So how many Rihannas we giving this shoe?
I mean, I that's another one. I'll give it a 3.
I give it a 4.
I am going to give them a 4 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 3, we have the Harlem Fashion Row Special Edition Nike Women's LeBron 16. These are the shoes that the 3 beautiful ladies designed. The first
that was
Nike LeBron shoe made for women, which was
that's
crazy.
a dope shoe.
When you think about it, like
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought there were other LeBrons that maybe came in women's sizes.
I mean, probably like just the kids ones.
Right.
You're probably thinking about those, but I mean, that one was like actually women's sizing.
It's just weird to. I mean, it's just weird to think like the 16th model.
Well,
know.
I mean, look, you gotta look at this where we at right now. Like now, there's that market for that again. I mean, because like I say, you look at what they're doing with the Jordans. How they just deal with the Vogue ones and
But they came out with women's Jordans
before,
But-
but they didn't.
or GS.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like now is really more so a market for it.
I think it's
than
more
ever.
so that when you look at it, the only women's Jordans that came out in women's were retroed. Like all those women's Jordans that were released in women's sizes, they were retros.
Oh, you
So,
talking about like not a new release?
Yes, not a new
okay,
release.
I
Yeah. You
got
know what I'm saying? The original Jordans, none of them were women's
Yeah.
sizes.
Right.
Just the retros were in women's sizes. So at least they're starting with his line here and there slowly, and then.
Because it's the first release of the 16, technically,
Because
right?
I feel like
right.
once they really get into it in retro and they start releasing his Gloria shoes, like the white and pink Zoom generations and the white and pink 2s, and they leave them just for women, that's when it's going to be like a problem. Because I want some of those.
But see, I feel like they never do that though.
You want
because
the pink ones?
Yeah, every year he released it where he had family and friends. Where he
No, I'm
released the pink
confused. Like you want the women's release?
No, he was saying like when he had the ones that are dedicated. It was dedicated to his mom, right?
Yeah, those were dedicated to
Yeah.
mine.
So
That's my
they
favorite
would be
color.
like white and pink.
Okay.
Technically, you can buy the woman's shoes. You just have to get them a couple sizes.
Yeah, but what
much
Nike's been
bigger.
doing is they've been like the
They'll
biggest
cut
they
that
make
off.
is like a men's 10, so I'm 11.5, 12, so I wouldn't be able to get it yet.
So I look up,
Fair.
you don't.
Yeah.
See, I
Yes.
can buy men's shoes though,
Yes,
because in
yeah.
men's, I think I wear a size like
See?
6.
Yeah. So.
See,
So I
ladies.
get best of both worlds.
See. And you know what I mean? We often enough we get like, like sneaker girl, like she'll be like, oh my God, like my feet so small and I can't find shoes.
But she's like preschool 3 though.
Oh yeah, you can her
And
shoes.
And
Ricky
they
Bear.
still have fire shoes like in those sizes though.
I think her shoes got like the leather still on the bottom. I don't think they have outsoles.
I was looking
they
on
might have straps.
I was looking on
instead
eBay
of
today.
laces.
It was like the shoes have fallen off so much for kids. Like I found a pair of 2K5 Hirachis in like a 3C. Like I found LA Laker Air Force Ones in a 4C. Like that's when they gave kids the same thing they gave us, and it sold. And I don't know why they went away from that, because even me and you, they dwindled down a little bit when we was at Villa, DTR or whatever. But it was just like those sold. So it's like now the kids' shoes is just trash. It's like a couple Air Maxes, Kyrie's, KD's, and that's it. Like there's no real heat in them.
Yeah,
for the kids.
I think it's especially in terms of kids. I think all they do now is they just play it safe. You know, like you said, they'll do a couple Air Maxes, but I mean, like you said, some 2K5 Hirachis, they wouldn't dare bring out like a.
I mean, they should, because people. I mean, from my experience at store, they spend the money on their kids.
Well, I'm put it this way: the Lucky Charm Kyrie pack. That would have been great in infant, preschool, and grade school sizing, like all around. Like just do a whole family of it.
Yeah.
That's what it made sense to do, and I just don't understand that. Like you missing out on so much money, especially in that black community. Because if we don't get it for ourselves, we're gonna make sure our kids have it.
I gotta say, I've seen a lot of poor folks with a lot of kids stuck in
right.
school. It's like, wait, did you just ask me for $100 for the light bill?
Yeah, it was for the kids.
And they shoes sweeter than mine. But we know being there though, like how trapped in the bubble they are. So like what makes sense to us or common sense eludes them sometimes, and I really don't know why.
But I think the sales, the numbers ain't looking like we blasting out the water, and the kids sales. So that even if they live in a bubble, when they look at the numbers, oh, something ain't right. This is taking quite a dip here.
You know what I'm saying? Why certain things that we like, me and you and Gino can like talk about it, and it seems like common sense to us, like escapes them. Like why they haven't thought of.
I mean, I'll say this, like I always say, is that's probably one of those situations where it's the guy sitting behind the computer that doesn't actually go out into the store and see what's actually
and those
going
are usually
on.
people making a decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. But even if he just look at the numbers show you that the kid sales are declining for infants. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Outside of a basic, they don't got nothing. Let me just grab a white Air Force One. How many times I heard that the past 8-9 months?
But then look at the shoes that they are selling in like infant size. They're selling like basically running shoes now. They're not even doing like the basketball shoes. So, I mean, they'll probably look and say all basketball shoe sales are declining.
But the Kyrie's, I mean, I
the
try to find my
basketball
daughter.
shoes, parents bought. I geared parents to buy basketball shoes because they're built to last longer. There's the more strenuous activity out of any shoe outside of football.
Of course.
Play. So that's why I told parents, and that's what they like. That's why they bought the Jordans, because they were built a little tougher than LeBrons and Kyries. Those sold like hotcakes when we had them, but when they started going away from them, like the Air
I
Max.
tried to find my daughter some Kyrie's, man. I had to take her like 3 or 4 stores. Like, dang, come on, man.
Which pair does she want?
We ended up getting it was like a salmon color. It was like
It was a
it was
Kyrie
like a
4?
black swoosh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I think I know
that's
which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So how many Rihannas we giving these LeBron 16?
I give them 5 straight off the purpose.
I'll give it 4.
You gotta be that. You know what?
You already know.
9 out of 10 doctors agree. Gino gotta be that one doctor that disagrees. Because I'm gonna give it a 5 too. So
Don't hurt me none.
yeah, well, okay, good. Number 2, we have the Air Jordan Retro 1 Court Purple.
I mean, my whole thing now is I feel like next week we'll be talking about another Jordan 1. Like,
Man,
we
it
just
does feel
can't
like
get
it's
away
an
from 'em.
endless
I
string of
feel
Jordan
I
1.
feel like I've never seen I feel like that shoe, those 2 Jordan ones got more hype than when the Shutterback Boys released.
I do, honestly, I do too.
I was like,
it was
No,
just
I'll give you that because I mean, even if you think about it, the shattered backboards really didn't have that much hype
They didn't.
before the release until they actually released.
and then they sold out. And it was like, oh, not
It
really.
was like
had to have
2-3
them.
weeks after, like, that leather's so good. And I feel like it's almost, I'm finna tell you what it's like. When cocaine came out, this is pure, but now everybody
Oh,
can
wow.
afford it, right?
We're going there.
Right, man.
For
we
people to be
really
like-
trying to get rid of our radio show.
So,
We're just hard to get to a certain point.
yeah, you can look at my car. I got nothing but Paw Patrol toys and car seats.
And obviously cocaine.
You must have just watched.
What's in the trunk,
You
though,
just
man?
watched White Boy Rick, huh?
No,
That's
no.
where this is coming from.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
This
not.
black boy guru.
Not. And then it was like,
You inspired.
and then it's
right
like,
now.
okay, crack blew up because it had resemblance of cocaine. That's like, oh man, I'm getting these Court Purples because it has a shattered backboard toe box. It was like, is that the only reason why you getting them? Like, because I have a shattered backboard toe box, so you can't get the whole shattered backboard. So as long as I could just rub on the toe box and get the shattered backboard feeling, like I see people do it on the internet, man. I don't know what it is, man.
You know what the most
Are they
annoying picture?
are they things like?
I'm gonna tell you what the most annoying picture in all of sneakers is when you see that one person that has like a whole stash or stock wall of the same shoe.
Oh, the release shoe.
Yeah, like it's usually a reseller or somebody like they got like 20 pairs just and they like crouch down in front of it, like the jail pose picture when you crouch down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's just like that has to be the most annoying picture in all the sneakers. It's like, dude, like especially when I didn't get a pair and I got to see you with 20 of them.
I was
like,
told, but they're snatching a lot of Nike accounts because of people backdooring. And my thing is, when we
Was it
came
worth
up,
it?
if somebody looked out for you, you don't say it, and they going straight to the ground saying, "Look at all these shoes I got." And then one guy put on the email he had. I guess he won like 10 raffles.
Yeah.
He couldn't return them because they didn't sell, so he got mad and put it on Instagram so he can try to get the manager in trouble. I was like, you guys are idiots.
But you know what I mean? But we live in a day and age where like stunting is the way to go. Like that's why you have Instagram and Twitter, and that's why we got to care about your boring life because you think it's entertaining or we care about it, right?
I mean,
so
to take it back to the drug references, most of those guys didn't want to be seen with their product anyway.
Yes.
So it's
That's
like
right.
that was the whole point,
That's
though.
what
what I'm
it
saying. This
correlates.
is
It's like,
all
Those are the
hustling.
people that made the money.
This is all hustling backwards.
Yes.
basically. Like
Yes. So now it's all about being seen and those other stuff. Like, honestly, and I said this before on another show, I can't remember when, but the best resellers are the ones you don't know because, like you said, like those are the ones who maintain those relationships, who are able to get those shoes. The manager ain't got to worry about getting exposed and losing his job, or if it's a mom and pop shop, losing their account.
Didn't like Benjamin Kipps when he went and got them UNC ones? He had the video recorded. Didn't that store in Orlando get shut down because of that?
I believe so. I can't remember exactly, but that sounds about right.
And he was the poster child of reseller.
Yeah,
I was like,
We got to ring.
know,
We
yeah,
got to
Benjamin
ring the
Kicks.
bell on that.
So Benjamin Kiss gets a T. But yeah, it was just it's with a Z, right? He gets hit him with another T for putting a Z at the end of his name, as if that was just so
lame.
cool. I know it's an S, not a Z.
but you didn't have that same energy for him in New York though.
I
When
did
he
not,
came by
what?
the table. He came by the table. And Sticker Girl was like, "Give him the mic," and he was talking. And
He didn't even come on the show in New York.
He did.
When?
He came. Yes, that man did come on the show, bro.
Where was I at? Because I don't remember
Snicker
that.
Con, New York.
I don't remember
yes,
any of
he
that. It
Came
Sounds
by.
like selective
Remember?
memory.
No, I don't remember.
You was there because remember after he got done talking to us, Sneaker Girl shoved the phone in my face like, "Hurry up and take the picture."
I remember the picture part, but
Yeah,
I remember he never came on the
yes,
show.
He talked,
You better
bro.
go back and listen to
you
that
asked
episode.
him like, why'd you name? Why you had to put a Z at the end of your name? You asked that kid that, bro.
I don't remember that. I had to go back
Yes,
and listen to that.
did. You
I
was
did
looking
not.
at
That
the
definitely
whole.
sounds
I
like a
remember-
question you would ask.
Because it is a kind of a douchebag move, but I remember the picture. The Sneaker Girl was just dying to get
He
this
came
picture
by
with
the table,
Benjamin
bro.
Kicks.
Yes.
But yeah, like I had that energy. It's just like, but Sneaker Girl is up here about to push people out the way, flip the table over, trying to get a picture with Benjamin Kicks with a Z. So, it was New York was just a debacle.
I've been in
altogether.
more beefs with you than I've been. Like,
That's not even a
normally.
beef.
No, I'm talking about just period. Like you should. Every time doing the show with you is like riding down Vegas Strip in a BMW.
That's only if.
I swear.
That's only if.
Every
that's-
time I record,
that's-
I be looking like.
That analogy will only be true if Guru showed up on time. Guru would have to catch an Uber to wherever he was going to meet at.
No, I was
late.
late for the show, but I was on time for the beef, bro. You was I was there all the time.
That's all.
I got caught with some strays too, bro. I got caught with some strays.
You might want to rethink the way you word
Thank you
stuff.
for pausing that.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking out for Guru. As much as he don't think I am. I got love for Guru.
Man, hey, whatever you on time for is what you on time
Man,
for.
he was on
man.
time for that line.
Had that appointment.
I said pot sugar beef. What you talking about? You guys are terrible, bro.
Oh man, I love getting Guru flustered. All right, so anyway, these court purples. How many Rihannas we giving them?
4.
Really?
I give it 4.
Mm.
I mean, it's a good shoe. It's just overhyped, and the ones that just been beat
Dang
to
it, now I feel like I'm following y'all now.
ones have just been beat to death, like
I'll
for
give
the
'em a
past
4
couple
too.
years.
Thank it. I do feel like they kind of been beat to death. Like honestly, I do want these shoes. I want them in the green ones, but I could chill. Like the Sports Illustrated and the Rookie of the Year. They can keep them joints. Like I'm so straight. And honestly, I think they need to put the ones. It's funny they put other shoes in the vault
They never put the ones.
that they didn't beat up as much as they did the ones.
They'll never put the ones away.
Obviously, because I guess it's so cheap to make and it's such a big seller. I guess why?
I feel like did he wear the Jordan 1 on the Sports Illustrated cover?
I think he was wearing them.
Only ones I really remember is when when he had the gun in the Jordan 5s when they were talking about the kids
Oh,
shooting each other.
oh,
I
oh.
remember that.
Are they
Sports
gonna come out with a
Illustrated
shoe for them?
cover. Yeah, they probably
I
would.
wouldn't be surprised.
The gunmetal five,
Exactly.
Who shot your 5s?
Smith and Wesson fives.
Who shot you?
So the shoe be all gunmetal.
I had the Chicago had the
Wood
special-
grain on the back.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
special Chicago release.
The pull tab looked
Yeah.
like the.
And they would do a release out of a baked truck.
Man, what?
So the
That'd be an NRA collab.
the lace tips have bullets on them.
Hollow tips, to be exact.
Oh, man.
Hollow lace tips.
Man, we do not want a radio show. So, all right. So number 1, we have the Nike LeBron 16 1-5.
I feel like that should have been the last shoe that was released.
Or maybe the 6th shoe.
Because it's like once you
Because
buy,
it's 1
if you
through
got
5.
that shoe, you're not gonna buy the next 5 shoes.
don't go say that.
I mean, I think it's interesting.
I like the black and red ones too.
It's
Though.
just interesting how they come out with that first, and it's called the 1 through 5, because then it's like,
Are
okay, you geared me up for what the next 5 LeBron releases are going to be now.
And it's like, if you got that, are you gonna buy the all gray joints? Because your left shoe is gray. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna buy the leopard ones because your right shoe is leopard? Like, it has that feeling like I really don't need the next 5 LeBrons because I got this one.
Right. I mean, you got
Like I said, this is an interesting way to release it like this. Kind of like the calendar was just a little bit off.
I agree with Guru. I think I would have saved them for last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least 6.
Are they only gonna come out with 5 colorways though? That just seems
No,
like,
that's just the first 5. No, that's just the
Oh, okay.
So
no,
then-
I mean because
So then we'll get a
come out
LeBron
with
5
million
through 10.
first. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I guess the NBA now can they can wear any colors.
Yeah,
They-
which
they
is
been doing
interesting.
that.
Which is
Been doing
interesting
that.
seeing
Yeah.
like I was just expecting like for the team photos, like maybe he'll have like a yellow and gold LeBron.
No, he had the black and red ones. It's like he went to his local finish line. It was like,
And that's
like
so
LeBron
crazy.
didn't even have his own shoe.
Yeah, those just have a clear bottom, so it's not like the ones we got on retail. But my thing is, it's probably how are you late with the PEs? Like this dude, man, I'm pretty sure you have an inkling. You should say, Brian, what 3 teams you considering? Because we want to make your PEs. So once media day come, we can have your shoes ready for you.
Well, real quick, let me go back and fix what I said. LeBron went to a local DTR villa.
That's
My
funny.
bad. Oops. But no, like once again, going back to what Gru just said, though, like they said that they make PEs here, so I don't understand why they couldn't just throw something together.
Like, that's what I'm saying, especially for his media day pictures.
Because
It would only look right.
He announced he was going to the Lakers like how long ago?
July.
Right?
I was gonna say, so
So
should
you had
have been
some
ready.
Yeah. You had some time. Like I can get a Nike ID faster than that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Speaking of which, I'm about to if I'm about to, Nike ID, somebody need to explain to me why I can get the KD11s with the clear sole on only the black upper and the white upper. Like for whatever reason, the blue and the red uppers, you have to get every other outsole but the clear ones.
I seen that.
I've not tried to make any KD11, so
I was just like, man, this is bizarre. And why wasn't the LeBron? Like, okay, so you can make the KD11s and
but
the
you
Nike
can't
ID,
do
but you can't do
LeBron
LeBron 15 or 16s.
I understand why the 15s wasn't on there.
I'm like,
I mean, if you want to get started, I don't understand why they only have a limited selection of shoes for you to Nike ID with the vast catalog that they have.
are people just not Nike IDing anymore?
Or you could just tax us. Hey, you want
They already
metal?
do.
I mean, like, no, I'm just saying, like, okay, you want metal?
$250.
You want metal lace tips? That's extra $5. You want this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be conscious of it. If you're gonna give us that much options, you want to recoup some of that. You could have did that, but it's just like
I think if they,
it's not. You had more options when they first started.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus now.
I mean, now I feel like you just got to go to like the Bespoke store to really be able to ID.
isn't there some
something how
middle
you want
ground
to.
between where they are now and Bespoke where they can give us?
It should be. You would expect that because
Like,
I mean,
I agree with
not everybody just goes to the Bespoke
You know what,
store.
Text me-
or the baseball, you should have certain models. Like these models are on NikeID.com. When you go to baseball, there's a whole different selection to choose from.
Because the Bespoke
So
is
you
like,
can
what, $1,000?
both can get business though. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot, right? So, but like with the if you Nike ID was to like find that middle ground between where they are now and a Bespoke and charge you like $300, I'd be fine with that.
I mean, I think most people would be fine with that because then you actually get a chance to kind of get what it is
Because
that you
think
want.
of how much. I mean, like if you're getting a real good custom, think of how much money you spending,
Same.
right? If not more. So
No, I was gonna say because you already had to pay for the shoe, so
right, and then even with the custom, I mean, the best customizers that charge you like 6, 7 plus.
yeah.
I think they
Depending on the shoe.
limit that to kind of make you force you to go back to retail to buy, but it's like, what is it really?
I mean, it's money in your
Eager you to
pocket.
buy at retail.
Right.
The shoes you really want aren't really available. The shoes they got on the shelf are like,
I mean, the part that I don't get about that, the money's still going to Nike. Like they still eating. Like
Right. It's not like it's gonna, and it's a custom.
so. I mean, they eating.
once
they
you pay
eating more.
for it, they can get the material. It's not like they don't have the material already in stock either. Let's not kid ourselves.
No,
It
they
ain't like
just-
ostrich leather all of a sudden just ran out of supply. Like it's
might.
still there.
might, man.
It's possible.
But anyway,
Might not have killed enough ostriches.
how many Rihannas we giving these LeBron 16s?
4.
4.
Wow, that's surprising. 'Cause I'm giving them 5. So, anyway, so what we're gonna start doing too is, and I know you guys probably like, oh, why you keep asking the Rihannas? we're bringing back the grading system because I guess we got tired of the 5-5 being ridiculous some weeks. So we're going to let you guys still vote. However, we're going to change it based on what we think in the studio. So
don't let the people vote.
You said don't let the people vote?
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, y'all send all y'all angry emails to Gino. It's gino@gmail.com, I'm guessing.
You can just DM me Gino Kicks on Instagram. I don't mind taking angry DMs or emails. I'll respond back.
So if we was to redo this list, the PSNY, Nike Air Force One High Pack would still be number 5. The the Air Jordan Retro. Oh, am I doing this right? No, I'm doing this wrong. It seems like the list would be pretty much the same, actually, looking at it. Only thing that would probably change is number 4 would be the Undercover Nike React Element 87. Number 3 would be the Nike...
The Court Purple?
No. Yeah, the Court Purple Air Jordan Retro 1. Number 2 would be the Nike LeBron 16 1-5, and the Harlem Fashion Row would be number 1. Nike LeBron 16s. Yes. If we was to redo that list, which I agree with.
Yeah, I mean that seems more balanced and fair.
Yes. I mean it does seem
and
weird
realistic.
that 2 LeBrons are like at the top, but I mean that's what it is.
Guru's over there just he wants to smile, but he's not.
I know he's happy. He's happy inside.
That's why he's moving around.
Only way he could be happy if the last 3 shoes were LeBrons as well.
No.
He would love a top 5.
I can't wait till the Lakers play the Pelicans.
Let's get it, man.
That's what I'm
forgot about that.
Let's get it. Hey, wait,
I
hold
can't
up.
believe you made that
Hold
bet.
up.
That would be the dumbest bet.
Hold up.
Yes,
time
it
out.
has.
So time out.
Yes, it has.
Question. So if Anthony Davis does somehow get traded to the Lakers mid-season, the bet's got to be off. Like,
Wait a minute, you didn't put that caveat out there. You knew what it was. You knew what it was.
I wasn't expecting to sign the Clutch Sports Management like that. I didn't see that coming. So it's like I don't feel too good about it now.
Man, that was a ridiculous bet. I tried to tell you, why would you make that bet? Even if he does stay with the Pelicans, that was a dumb bet.
I just don't think the Lakers are going to be that good.
I don't think they're going to be as good as everybody's saying either, but to say they're not going to be better than the Pelicans is ridiculous.
And to say they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Come on. I wouldn't say nothing like that.
Looking now, Jimmy Butler want to get traded out of Minnesota. That hurts also because that was the 8th seed. So that was a team I was expecting. All right, they finished 8th.
They weren't getting along from last year, and you knew that. So the season hurt. So my thing.
Well, I didn't expect that to happen.
They were the 8th seed without LeBron being in the West. So you think there's going to be an 8th seed that's going to get bumped out?
Who's going to be 8th seed with LeBron? Oh, who? The Lakers?
No. I'm talking about the Timberwolves were 8th seed last year. So now with LeBron in the West, they're going to get bumped out.
I don't know. Now that would have been more of a fair fight than the Pelicans.
The Timberwolves?
Yes.
The Timberwolves and the Pelicans.
I think
the
Timberwolves collectively was a better team than the Pelicans. Now they got a better player in Anthony Davis.
I mean, that's all that matters. The Timberwolves have like only one guy that plays defense, and now he's trying to get out of there.
I don't know. I mean, basically,
this is the second time
Chicago Bulls on the West Coast.
Yes, and it's the second time he's actually requested a trade.
How you request a trade after you just got there?
No, we've been there 2 years.
He still just got there.
I'm just gonna say it like this. I'm just gonna because it's starting to seem like Eminem and Kim with this Jimmy Butler and
you would like to throw in an Eminem reference.
I did. I had to. I felt obligated. But with what was it, Thibodeau?
Yep.
And Jimmy Butler, y'all just don't need to be together. Like, seriously. Like,
No, he don't have a problem with Tibbs. It was the teammates. It was always his teammates.
It's always something.
It was the younger dudes. When he was in Chicago, he didn't have a problem with D-Wade and Rondo. His problems were with old boy Valentine from the Michigan State. The other guys wasn't practicing hard or taking the game serious. When he got to Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns wasn't practicing hard. Wiggins underperforming. Everybody in the league says that they saying he just playing for checks. So when you have reruns to young guys,
right? That's why I say they don't play any defense. And then Karl Anthony Towns just signed a Supermax.
I mean, Francis' ears are burning with all this sports talk.
He probably cut us off by now.
Yeah, he's probably turned it into another show.
He started watching wrestling.
He stopped watching basketball when Rasheed retired. That was the last pair of Air Force Ones on the court.
More specifically, probably when Rasheed went to Boston. He probably stopped watching then.
Yeah, some sweet ones. They should have dropped some of those, too.
the ugliest release of the week is the Nike Air Vapor Max Lite 2. I don't know if y'all seen those.
The Airwear, the Jordan 1 we put in the group chat.
Those ain't come out yet.
The Ally Mae?
Yeah.
Those ain't come out
The
yet.
future, no, it could come on his list.
She's taking this.
I was gonna say, what is that skin that's on the tongue? Like, what kind of fur is that? Like,
Fur.
Man, they
I
found,
could have dealt with a little bit on the top, or maybe some on the swoosh.
They found the one unicorn.
It's like the what's that old boy off of Star Wars?
Han Solo.
No, the
Chewbacca?
yes, it's like the Chewbacca's. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like.
I mean, they could have just kept it straight with, you could have just kept it colorful.
and
And
she
that would have
had
been
cold,
decent.
and she had cold releases though.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
just-
that ruined it.
I'm just saying.
Did
that
she do the tools, or that was another girl that
That
did
was
it?
Vashti.
Okay, then she
It
did,
looked like they massacred a bunch of Muppets. And
You
just
just-
took their skin.
man, that was talking about falling off with a parachute.
Like I said,
Like if you don't see Elmo, that's probably where
I'm
he's
just
at.
curious to see how they actually gonna try and market and sell that. Because, typically.
Who's wearing that?
It's,
Well,
if
'cause
it's
typically
just
a
for the
dude-
women, I'm cool.
But that's what I say. Typically, dudes would be the ones going for some of those shoes. I don't see any
don't
dudes.
see
Her
any
last
dudes or
one,
females.
was cold. The black,
Yeah.
Oh, the black and silver one.
I mean, it wasn't really
straight.
that much of a stretch though.
Straight. Was it
Yeah.
satin? Is that what
Yeah.
it was?
It
had satin
But,
toe.
I mean, let's be real. It was a satin shadow one. I mean,
Yeah.
now her inspiration was not to remake the shadows. It was the L.A. Raiders and Kings. However, it is basically a shadow satin one. So
That's what I was gonna say. Is let's.
It had
you know,
corduroy on
let's
it.
not act like it was.
Ooh, corduroy.
Yep.
That wasn't even corduroy. That was Chanel.
What?
Chanel. CHENIL. Chanel. Oh, it was corduroy and Auburn.
See, now you ruined it.
Well, my bad. Yeah, I deserve that. I'm gonna do this when Francis get back on our next show. 'Cause I love watching you guys debate, and I'm looking up the information on this stuff. So let's get into some sneaker news real quick. Thoughts on the Air Jordan 33? I know everybody's seen those shoes.
You know what's funny about it? That would be my thought behind that was like, if D Wade was still signed to Jordan Brand, that would be the perfect looking Jordan for him, because that looks like
I really agree with you.
that looks like that would be perfect for him.
That might be the most valid point you've made on your time on the show.
No, I've been pondering.
If
this
there was
one
a
for
highlight
long
reel,
time.
if there was a highlight reel of your time on the show, it'll literally be that one sentence.
Just that. That's
It'll
it.
just be that one clip.
Wow. All right. Cool. Whatever.
When after 3 years, I finally mastered to put my son in the car seat. Now I got to master it with my shoes. I'm straight. Like, you got to pull the one tab and then pull the other one at the top to tighten the shoes. And then when you want to loosen them, you got to open the inside of the top eyelid.
You're
to
not
loosen
taking them off, fam. You
Like-
stuck with those.
You got to pull that to loosen it. It's like,
Once they on, they stay on.
That's it.
man.
They're like a
that's-
Chinese finger
Yeah,
trap.
like that's
and
yeah.
it's like you got the pull strap. Okay, so if you want your shoes tied tight, you pull them tight. So you're going to have this little big old little curved flap going like this while you hooping because
Right.
you want your shoes tight. Like,
they probably could be going towards us. Maybe they'll just try and do that like how they did with the hyper adapts.
no,
They'll
they just
probably
some, you know what they are. They are some fly E's Jordan 33s. That's what
Flies.
that's what they are. That's what they are. Some fly E's Jordan 33s, bro.
So we just made fun of children with the Dornbeckers
No, I
last
didn't.
week, and now we're making fun of the flies.
No, I'm just saying now the kids who wear fly E's can buy the Jordans now. That's what all I'm saying. I ain't making fun of them.
Guru don't make fun of people.
No,
Ever.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
He's such a saint.
Yeah, on the show.
Yeah,
That's-
shout out
that's
to
the
Drew
only time.
Brees, Saints.
Wow. But no, it was funny when I first saw them. My first reaction was, well, what the hell? But then the more I saw them, the more I got with them. Because I think I was trying to figure out what the tie-in was to the threes. Because I didn't see it at first. I didn't initially.
I mean, I still don't see it honestly.
It doesn't.
Well, if you see the renderings with the elephant print,
I mean, I still don't see the
there's
inspiration.
It
elements-
looks more like what was that, the CP3s, that midsole, that's the CP3s had when he was in New Orleans. I feel like that was more of a resemblance.
I don't
there.
even think Chris Paul remembers those shoes.
Bet you if you go through his closet, ain't no CP3s in there.
Guru's in CP3 closet with one of those headbands with the flashlights on them.
Trying to find them.
I know getting details of all his shoes.
Hey, Chris, you don't have any CP3 4s in here.
Like Chris wake up like, who's that?
He's gonna be in there with a State Farm agent.
And a police officer. But I mean, I can get with him. I will say it doesn't necessarily look like a Jordan. Like, this might be the first Jordan that I actually looked at and was like, this don't feel like a Jordan.
Jordan 2009s.
I take that back, right. But this is the first Jordan in a long period because I feel like the 28s through the 32s had that Jordan feel to it. Even if I didn't necessarily like it, I was like, okay, this is a Jordan, a whack one, but it's still a Jordan. This one just doesn't feel like a Jordan. However, I don't hate it either. It was funny because watching the reaction, some people were saying these are like some knockoff LeBrons or KDs. Honestly, real talk, if you think about it, if you was to take the look.
Had like the midsole. That's what
He really looked.
Wow.
Yeah, the little midsole right here. That's what it looked like.
Which one? Those are the sixes?
The fact that you even knew what to look for was just ridiculous. I can't even tell you. Like, all this Chris Paul just looked like one jumbled mess to me.
Trash.
Yeah, one big. They all go in the trash bag. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, if you take the Nike Air off or the Jumpman logo off, is there a Jumpman logo on that shoe? I ain't see one.
I think it's on the tongue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you take the Jumpman logo off and the Nike Air off, you just looked at that shoe, you would probably think it was an Under Armour shoe or a Puma. Like, honestly, like, it has that look to
Or
it.
even maybe an Adidas basketball shoe.
Yeah, because once again, it has this patchwork, deconstructed look to it.
I mean, all of the signature Jordans now, the number Jordans, like really maybe since, I don't know, I feel like since 29, they've all kind of just look like Team Jordans now. Like none of them like really stand out to.
I thought the 32s were nice.
31. I bought a pair of 31s. Those were very comfortable to hoop in. They just the bottoms.
I didn't really hate the 31s.
I mean, I'm cool with the comfort, but it's just in terms of like even like the look and sometimes like the overall inspiration for the design.
32.
Like if I look at a Team Jordan, I'm like, y'all look like y'all fall right in the same family. Like it doesn't stand out anymore.
Like I got the 28s, the 29s. I think I passed on the 30s
But
and the 31s.
To be honest, we don't look at the 31s and the 32s the same way we did when we looked at the 12s and the 14s.
Agreed.
I mean, I agree with you on that, but then a lot of
you
it
can look at those shoes and be like, yo, like, even once again, if you take the logo off, you just know those shoes are dope. Like,
but that's what that's what I'm saying is like even just in terms of how they're designed, like they're just not designed the same way.
I think it comes to that because players are faster, stronger. Some of them more injury prone now. So now we're catering to the performance. Back then, when there was only leather and suede to make a hoop shoe, you couldn't help but to make it sweet because you can wear it on the court and off the court, as opposed to now with these different synthetic and different materials. Like, okay, yeah, we're going to go away from the suede because that adds a little 4 ounces to the shoe. Let's go with this, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what players want. So, I mean, it's hard.
It's weird to even think they're like ounces. Like, such small amounts of ounces is, I guess, the line between people getting hurt and not hurt. Like,
yeah.
Or
I mean,
just the weight of the shoe.
The shoes have gotten lighter and lighter. Like, I remember when Nike came out with the Huarache, I think it was the 2000. I can't remember which one it was.
What in the world?
Oh, I did that.
Somebody ringtone going on. Yep. Our engineer gets some tech.
She gets a bell.
Yep.
But yeah, it was one of the Huaraches that came out.
It's for you.
Oh, it's for me.
Oh, it's a phone call for you.
Oh, somebody's calling me.
Oh.
Okay. Really? Who is this?
Hey, man, this is Diedrich.
This is who?
Diedrich.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, man, you guys still doing the show live?
Not really, but yes.
You got the Warlock crew there? Cemetery Stories crew?
I repeat that. I didn't hear what you said.
I said you got the Cemetery Stories crew there?
No. Who is this? And what do you? Do you know who you called into?
Yeah, isn't this the Mojo Live?
No.
No, this is a sneaker show.
No, this is a sneaker show.
All about sneakers.
Oh, man, sorry.
Do you like sneakers?
I love sneakers.
Oh, what? Called into
Well, he
the right
said,
show.
"Do you like sneakers or Snickers?" I feel like you didn't.
I could, you know what? I'll eat Snickers and sneakers, so we're good.
Oh, you eat both. Nice. Maybe they try these sneakers.
Wow. Yeah. Did he hang up?
Yeah.
Oh, weirdo. Yeah, check on that guy. Jeez.
He gets multiple bills.
I know, because I was like, oh, like, how did he know to call us? But okay.
He got the Warlock crew there. I was like, oh, yeah.
We say the cemetery crew.
The little porter was about to come through, and Daniels and all his boys was going to come through. You know what I was about to do?
This is gonna be like Mortal Kombat.
As soon as he came through, I was gonna be like, "Oh boy, with Doctor Strange, Daniels is coming. I'm out of here."
You said like he was the Highlander or
I know
something?
you got that Nike Infinity Stone. Like what? What you talking about? I don't know what you talking about, bro.
All your Nikes turn to ash.
I know, right? Like I go home, my collection gone.
That was interesting.
Man, yeah, that was bizarre. Wow, I don't even. That just flustered me.
Shout out to Podcast Detroit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. No, I mean,
I thought it was for you.
No, that was
I mean, thank you. Since we were just talking about shoes and what we thought of them, the Yeezy basketball shoes. I don't know if we got into that last show.
trash.
I agree. This might be the quickest we get through.
Hey, look, so all eyes on Guru.
I know.
The-
Guru's about to break it down.
The black ones.
What's Chris Paul does it look like?
the black ones are all right, but the ones he had on when he had like the 3M in the sole, those were sweet. I think I posted them on my page. Those were dope, but the black ones were like, all right.
You know what they honestly reminded me of? The Adidas Kobe 1, the moon boot one.
Oh, the car with the grill on the front.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that.
That's not a good thing.
Exactly.
Your man had some terrible shoes.
Hey, look, his Adidas shoes.
You see how he said it, though.
He's gonna spin it back.
Your man had some terrible shoes.
But you know what's so funny? When I was bartending at California Pizza Kitchen, Adidas rep had came, right? And then she was
Here we
like,
go with these stories.
No, seriously.
Yes.
So we were talking whatever, and she was like,
Did somebody die in there too?
No, she was. I had a
Happy
picture on
minute.
my phone. It was some sneakers. She was like, "Oh, you in the sneakers?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then she got to talking. She was like, "Yeah, we got this new technology coming. It's very dope. This is probably like 2 years before the Boost came out." I'm like, "Really?" She said, "It's really comfortable." She was showing me like some pictures of it, and then she was like, "Yes." I also, you worked with any athletes? She was like, "I worked with Kobe Bryant." Ugh. I said, "What happened?" He was like, "We designed the first couple of shoes, and then he wanted to take over, and then the commercial when he was on the motorcycle with the leather jacket, all them shoe stuff he did, and then when it failed, he walked into Adidas office and said, 'It's all you guys' fault. I'm out of here.' And that's how he left Adidas.
Sounds like Kobe.
Like, honestly, that's how he left Adidas.
That sounds like Kobe.
I know I was waiting for him to state some lies, but yeah.
No, but
Don't seem like any was mentioned here. So.
Yeah,
Or tell us like his Red Lobster stories about the guy who died in the corner.
But I love how Guru's supposed to be at work and he has time to.
I was at work. I was a bartender. I got paid to talk to people. So I had some bartending stories that was crazy too. Did I tell you about the time the
I
guy
feel like
got
he's
smacked?
Forrest Gump. Like he had every job. Like he was an all-American football player.
The stuff that
Youth
when
pastor.
I say I've seen it all, I literally probably seen it all. Did I tell you about the kind of guy got slapped?
Michigan assistant coach.
I tell you about that. I tell you about that. The time the guy got slapped at Red Lobster.
Oh yeah, he said the lobsters turned around and looked.
Oh yeah, tomorrow he got smacked by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this one time, right? So this girl, she got double sat with her, right?
This needs to be a segment.
She's
Bro.
supposed to have got cut, right? That means, okay, when you finish up your tables, you can go home. And they actually sat her again. The manager made her take it. So she was pissed, right? So she making the salad. She coming here, this some bullshit. She in the kitchen cussing. Ooh, the manager tell her, chill out. F you. So it was like a party of 10. Their food was in the window. So like the cooks will put the food on the plate and push it forward. And then the allié, that's what they call him, he'll put the sauces or garnishments and then trade up. She went through there and pushed every single plate on the floor like it was crazy, bro. It was like I'd never seen that much Ultimate Feast and Admiral's Feast hit the ground. Like it was just like I'm looking like
you wasted them scrimps.
man. Then one of the girls was like, "That's my." She looked like Ice Cube on Boys in the Hood when he had dope boy when he had his hands up on the porch. She's like, "That's my food." It was like, man, I was like, wow.
So she had a Jerry curl?
No, she just.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if this was Popeyes, they'd just box it up.
Right, they just picked that up like, here you go.
Right.
She was.
They put that right back on the plate.
Nah, that hit the ground. Plates broke everything.
Man,
You and your stories, man.
right.
Guru's True Hollywood Stories.
I know we need to reenact this stuff. Like a Dave Chappelle. Charlie
I couldn't
Murphy
like
type of-
sometimes it's some stuff I forget when I talk to some of my friends that work there, that used to work there with me, and they'll remind me, like, yeah, remember the time the guy died? Like I remember it, like I forgot all about it. Though. I'm like, what died? The old man used to eat lobster every day. I was like, he did die. He could come in there, he was like this, and that's And the ambulance guy was like, yeah, he's out of here. It's not funny, bro. Rest in peace to that man, bro. Rest in peace to that man, bro. But it was just like the stuff.
How you gonna say he out of here though? Like he just
Like he didn't even check him. He
like,
didn't even
just
like check
checked
his
out.
pulse.
No, he
or
did.
nothing.
He looked on like because remember he's sitting like this. Though. He was like,
But I'm just saying though, usually like he didn't
He
like,
looked like the uncle from the Crossroads video.
he just laid back in the chair. With
You
his
know when he touched him?
and his eyes went black.
So like Uncle Charles from the Crossroads video. But it
I'm
was
just
like,
saying, he ain't check his pulse, nothing.
yeah,
put his
yeah. He
hand-
looked on like this is the guy. He like the ambulance guy. Like the paramedic was like, yeah, he's out of here.
But he had the way he said it though, like as if his soul just like walked out his body
Yeah,
and walked
that's
out the Red Lobster. It's like, all right, I'm going.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He at least left the tip or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did he pay?
I know.
No, they just had to. They
Well,
just
he
avoided
paid.
his
He
name.
paid.
That's probably right. That's
That's a terrible.
like he died just to get out of his cut.
See, that's taking it too far. That's out of control, bro. That's out of control. I had
I
my
can afford this.
one.
I'm gonna try that
That's
next time
terrible.
I go out to eat. I'm gonna play dead, see if it works.
You guys are terrible, bro.
Man, I feel like
It'd be funny if he fake. He
I
ever
feel
like,
like I got a heart attack.
he ever acted like Machiavelli, faking his death just to get out of Red Lobster.
I was like, man, I ain't trying to pay that $40.
But he was like, he
Hey, look,
paid
as soon as he got an ambulance, he signed up.
he paid for it every day. Came by himself. And that was another time when my friend, one of our boys, he broke his knee in the lobby.
Dog, what? Man, what kind of Red Lobster was this, man?
So at the end of the night, we count our money, restaurant closed, everybody's gone. He's like counting his money, whatever. So he cracking jokes or whatever. This when the franchise boys out, and they used to be like this. So he calls himself doing a dance. Like there's a metal thing, there's a wood thing right here that holds the menu. So he goes like this, and he was like, he just collapsed, right?
Just tore his ACL.
No, he just collapsed, right? So he on the ground like Nancy Kerrigan, like like
Why you sound like an Ewok?
I couldn't.
Who's your boy, Chewbacca?
Bro, this not my voice. This is Chris' voice, bro. To this day, I remember it. He like, he's like, remember, how the Raptors on Jurassic Park, they would say that, they would do that. They were like, that's how it was. It was just like,
like bird.
it was just like, it was what happened to that boy because he was really laying on the ground. He was like, and then my manager, our general manager, he was like tight, like cheap, whatever, right? Even though it wasn't his money, but he was cheap. So he couldn't get up or nothing. We'd have called the ambulance, man. He had to pay $500 for them to get him out of there, bro. I said,
Wait, he had to pay.
How much?
well, every time you call the ambulance, they charge you to the resident.
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh,
Yeah, so they call the ambulance. You call like something happened, they call the ambulance.
How much did they charge him?
Like $500. Like something happened here, they had to come call you. They will charge podcast.
Man, you be
Detroit.
just sitting there then. Oh, yeah, we'll carry you outside the building.
But yeah, that was crazy.
toss me in the
You
trash
on the
can.
curb like trash.
We'll go put you on the corner.
Put you on the
That boy
curb
broke
next to that
his
couch.
Broke
Well,
his
I know
knee.
not to play dead
we
here.
might put you on the couch.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I'm gonna get a bill from Podcast Detroit. $500. Gino died in our studio. That's $500 plus airtime. Wow. I don't even know how to follow that. Dang, this bad news right here.
That was bad news.
I know. It gets worse. Under Armour to cut 3% of their workforce. An article written by Christina Cheddar-Burke. I know how I feel about three names. So Chris Burke for CNBC. Under Armour recently announced that its restructuring program will now cost more than it previously expected. Under Armour now plans to cut about 400 jobs, or about 3% of the global workforce, by March. Under Armour has been struggling as competition has heated up, and rivals like Nike and Adidas have stolen market share. Some retail watchers have criticized Under Armour as it expanded to new retail channels, saying that these steps hurt the exclusivity of its brand. Under Armour said it now sees costs in the range of $200 million to $220 million tied to the effort to restructure, up from a prior forecast of $190 million to $210 million, due to about $10 million in severance charges. Under Armour raised the lower end of its fiscal 2018 earnings forecast, with estimates now in the range of 16 cents to 19 cents per share on an adjusted basis. Hopefully you weren't driving a car just now. Or operating heavy machinery, because I know I just bored half our listeners to death with that. Upon the news of Under Armour cutting 3% of its workforce, their shares jumped more than 5%. Now, what's funny about that? So they're talking about laying off people, and people are like, "Oh, I'm about to buy this now." And so their shares go up 5%, but when Nike announces their campaign with Kaepernick, they go down 4%.
Oh, then they shot right back up.
I know it's shot back, but I'm just saying, like, look at the comparison between the news.
Right.
We signed Kaepernick, down 4%. We're laying off 400 people, up 5%. Like, I just thought it was an interesting juxtaposition between the two. Stocks as soon as the news broke.
I mean, well, who's majority wearing Under Armour?
Nobody.
The people that want to burn their Nike.
Exactly.
And that A$AP Rocky shoe.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, my thing with that is Under Armour should just stuck with what they had. Like, just stick to football and training
Golf
shoes.
But football,
like-
Kaepernick hurt themselves with that too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with that is like even like their designs on their shoes, and even like since they got they license out like some of the colleges, the jerseys that they make for some of them trash. Like they're just not doing.
They lost the
anything
MLB
good.
deal. I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I mean they're not like
whoever.
whoever they have in charge of like doing designs, because that's what's gonna catch people's eye.
Yep.
They need to restructure that first.
It ain't Tim Coppins, Mr. I make ghetto
I
clothes.
think they to be honest with you, wasn't their designs? They really failed because they started to pick up because black people started buying Under Armour. It slowed down when he made that first statement
Well, that
about
too,
Trump, and
for
then
sure.
when his designer said his designs are ghetto inspired or he gets it from the ghetto,
Yeah.
like those back to back speeches.
Well, for
But
sure.
I mean, let's be real though. They haven't made anything. I think most people, I ain't gonna say not everybody, but a lot of people would forgive it if they made something dope. You know what I'm saying? They made dope shoes. I don't think people would care too much. But you can't say those things and then follow it up with the Curry 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just
that looked exactly like the Curry
that's
too.
just putting the nail on the coffin right there, right? Like, and so, excuse me. Like, people still listen to Kanye, and he's talking about slavery is a choice. Like, so I just think Under Armour, I think that hurt them, what Guru just said, but I also think what you said is true too. And you know, the performance aspect was always there. It was just the design aspect was never really there. They caught fire with a couple of things, like the Curry 2 was okay. I think the Curry was 4 or 5 is pretty cool. But there's a lot of shoes that came in between that were just pure garbage, and most people ain't gonna sit there and wait for you to get your act right. They're gonna go get Adidas or Nike.
Well, that's why I say sometimes it's best to just stay in your lane. Like they had opened up a market in terms of like football and performance.
Yeah.
That Nike hadn't yet got back, or that Adidas was even struggling to try and get to.
You know who's doing a great job of that? Saucony. Like, Saucony is doing, like, they're like, you know, we're just going to keep dropping this hot lifestyle shoes. We're not going to try to do basketball.
See, that's what
We're
I'm
not
saying.
gonna,
Like, that's staying in your lane.
We're not going to try to, like, out-produce you and all that stuff. We're going to drop this hotness every other month.
But I think you also got to see, like, it also dictates what the people are buying. So if you're a performance wear and everybody buying lifestyles, you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah, but then at that point,
there's enough people buying. There's enough people that perform. There's enough young athletes, people that's in high school playing sports, people that even younger than that playing sports, even adults that still play sports, that you could still have a market share. They try to jump into, like, once again, I hate to say that I agree with Gino, but I do agree with them in that aspect where they try to jump into something, and it's almost like watching MC Hammer sign with Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what made you
what you
man.
do.
We want to see you dance, and, you know, like, we want pumps and bumps is not it, right?
But they
Don't
had
remind
some-
me of
they
that
had-
video.
When I went last summer to Chicago for a Nike meeting, we actually stopped at Under Armour. They had some decent, cool, casual, like what Puma's doing. They was doing that with some of their Under Armour. It had very little branding. Like, I didn't even know these were Under Armour. They had that, but they didn't push that.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Like because even when you look at like the way that they were trying to market with the A$AP Rocky shoe, which that looks like just hot molasses garbage.
it's like we need.
But then the other thing they did, remember that they did the partnership with Finish Line with the Migos, and that fizzled and went down the drain for them.
But it's just like some things aren't made for certain demographics, right? You was like, oh, we need some of that black money. Hey, A$AP Rocky, Come throw these together. Like you're not gonna. No matter what you do, you're not gonna.
That's just not what you do.
It's not gonna. You're not gonna yield that market.
I
You
mean,
ain't gonna see me at Capella's.
Well, it's
or any of
funny.
the Bass Pro Shops. You're not gonna see
I mean,
me
if anything, what they could have did.
Jay Z could be fishing. I'm like, nah, I'm straight.
I
bro.
mean, since they had opened up kind of like into the basketball market with Steph Curry, why not try and find another basketball athlete to sign?
they do. They just ain't giving no shoe.
Well, I'm not saying even like give them a shoe, but like market and promote that also.
You know what I'm
They
thinking
didn't do
about?
any of that.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, like because they tried to sign KD.
Yeah,
I feel like them not signing KD almost is a bullet dodge for them in the simple fact that you was going to pay dude, right? You was going to give us some money, and I can only imagine the trash shoe they would have tried to make for him.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So the shoes wouldn't have sold, and you still have to pay KD, Steph Curry.
But when you look at it, there have been 2 years in the finals. They would have had 2 Under Armour athletes going against 2 Nike athletes.
And how did that work out?
I'm talking about far as visibility, because that's what it's all about. Like,
But Steph Curry has been in visibility for like the last 5 years.
Well, the other part of the visibility aspect of that would be that will open up things for them on the West Coast anyway. Because I mean, Under Armour being a primarily East Coast based brand,
right?
And you got 2 guys in California that's wearing your shoes, so that's going to broaden your market share.
But it hasn't brought. But you still have to make stuff people want to buy. Like, okay, exposure is one thing. People actually have to do stuff like buy, purchase. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like saying, "Oh, we got Instagram likes." Okay, but what does that mean for you as your business? Okay, you got likes, but did people actually buy your stuff? No. Okay, then. So,
well, I mean, but a lot of that also has to do with marketability.
people know Under Armour exists. It's not like people don't know it. Like it's not like this offshoot brand that people don't know about.
Though. People do buy.
No, people do buy ugly shoes.
So
people probably think the shoes that we buy.
They need, but Under Armour doesn't have that cool factor. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? People buy like Yeezys, right? But people think, okay,
that's what I'm
Kanye
saying.
wearing it.
They never found a way to get it, and
because they whack.
But I'm saying even the routes that they went with the ASAP Rocky lifestyle shoe, like it just looked like a DC Cyrus like skate shoe. Like
it does.
It just looks trash.
It does.
Now, like I said, we're trying to do the partnership with the Migos. Yeah, okay, you got them wearing your shoes, but what else did you do? You just put them in the shoes.
A lot of these brands, it's funny you mention that because it's a story about that as well. But speaking of Under Armour and weak sales and just weak altogether, an article written by Lauren Thomas for CNBC, Under Armour shares tumbled more than 7% recently after Dick's Sporting Goods blamed them for missing their sales expectation during the last quarter. Dick's said sales of Under Armour had become flaccid during the physical second quarter. Wow. Under Armour has been moving into more low-price retailers like Kohl's, which has frustrated Dick's as they try to sell inventory at higher prices. On a call with investors, CEO of Dick's, Ed Stack, went on to say that the challenges with Under Armour should subside in 2019, doubt it, as Dick's pokes around to find new inventory to fill the shelves. Wow, who wrote this? Get it together, Lauren. All is not bad for Under Armour, though. Under Armour shares have still climbed more than 45% so far this year, bringing its market cap to about $9.4 billion. Dick's has also grown more than 20% over the same time period. Lauren Thomas, you need to get together.
Yeah, she's childish for that.
Yeah, give her a tag, man. She deserved a tag. She knew she was doing when she wrote this. But yeah, so honestly,
to me, that seems like that's going to be the fate of Under Armour anyways.
Under Armour has been, honestly, it's been on a slow decline the last 4 years.
They're going to end up in, like, your department stores at Kohl's, JCPenney's, places like that, Sears, if they ever came back. But,
right.
It's just they've killed their own market.
Yep.
They've made their way out of it, and there's no way they're going to get back into it.
You know what's funny? You brought up the whole, shoe celebrity endorsement thing. Here's a news article that kind of speaks to that. An article written by Sheena Butler Young. You know how I feel about 3 names, so we just call her She Young. For Footwear News, a list was compiled of some of the worst celebrity partnerships with shoe brands, according to research firm Spotted Incorporated, which analyzes millions of data points in the celebrity endorsement space and assessed 240 footwear/endorsement deals from 2017 and 2018. Here are the worst, and I didn't even know some of these existed. I think there was 4 of them. Number 4, we have the Wiz Khalifa collaboration with Gap. I didn't even know that existed, and why it existed.
That's
I
just
don't know.
that's just regular celebrity endorsements, though, right?
Like, yeah, but in particular with shoes. I didn't even know they had a shoe.
Me neither.
Was it a
and
knockoff Converse?
And he don't wear shirts. So the only
Chances
thing he
are.
can sell is pants. So you don't.
That's
wear
why
shirts.
that's why I was asking. Like, I could
Yeah.
see him doing like maybe jeans with them, but
Yeah. Number 3 was Giselle Bundchen and Under Armour.
so just because that's Tom Brady's wife, she gets an Under Armour deal.
Yeah, a lot of. I'll get to this point later. But yeah, basically, I mean, she's probably. They say she's one of the hottest models out there. Nah, honestly, if she walked past me on the street, I wouldn't look twice.
I wouldn't know who she is.
I wouldn't even give her that little look back. Like,
She probably would have clutched her purse.
She not ugly.
really tight
yeah.
too.
Yeah, trust me. If you walk past her, it'd be.
and I would have ran back and whispered in her ear, "I'm with Cap."
Yeah, you would have been arrested on site there, buddy.
Oh man. Oh god. Wow.
Just took a knee right in front of
I know.
her.
And dabbed on her.
Yeah.
Number 2, I don't even know who this is. Sophia Richie and Adidas. Yeah, I know, crickets.
Yeah.
And then number 1, this might be the funniest. Lil Yachty and Uggs.
No,
Exactly.
I remember
knew
Tom
he had
Brady
the
and
Reebok.
Uggs. I know Tom Brady and Uggs.
I mean, Tom Brady and Uggs, that actually goes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see Tom Brady wearing Uggs.
But I know Lil Yachty had Reebok. He was an endorser with Reebok, but
Yeah, yeah.
His Nautica did well, but I don't know about no shoes.
Yeah, I can't even see with Uggs. But this is funny. Co-founder and CEO of Spotted Incorporated, Janet Kamenos, said there are a number of reasons why these types of partnerships don't work. And usually there's a huge disparity and mismatch between the consumer who the celebrity appeals to and the customer base of the shoe brand. And going back to the Lil Yachty thing, it's like, did you really think Lil Yachty and his core group of fans are wearing Uggs too?
The
Like, you know what I'm
girls
saying? Maybe the girls are, but I mean,
probably not the girls that really listen to his music.
that's true.
Well, the Uggs is all.
I mean, the only reason I say that is
they're not
because
how did they were like 4 years ago. But
that's what
all
I'm
shit
saying
they-
is I don't see like the younger demographic, like younger than us, really wearing Uggs, like actually paying attention and saying, "Oh, Lil Yachty Uggs." Like,
they getting Bear Claw, you know, because it's like what $200 cheaper.
yeah, Uggs are still nice though.
No,
Chicken Uggs?
No, Uggs, and my daughter gets it every year. But,
You paid.
well, you know, I'm not one to brag, but
She'll get in the car with her new Uggs playing Lil Yachty. Like, see the, what? Turn it off. Yeah, Bernie Mac. What? Baby girl, turn it off.
He gonna play some Eminem. That is real hip hop. It's real rap music.
This is trash. Joe Budden was right, Dad.
I'm gonna bring
Now this is manly music.
I'm gonna bring over Guru like this youth pastor came to talk to you about the do's and don'ts. Hippity hop music. Oh, this is crazy. Shoe brand Golden Goose is getting some serious flack for glorifying poverty. An article written by Aaron E. Clack. Wow. Your parents don't love you. Aaron E. Clack for Footwear News. Golden Goose is once again facing heat over its unusual sneaker designs. The Italian brand is being lambasted on social media for glorifying poverty by selling scuffed, battered-looking sneakers covered with duct tape across the toe and heel.
Oh, they should go to Sneaker Con Trading Pit then. They got a problem with that.
Well, yep.
I was gonna say if that's the case, maybe they got some inspiration from the Nigel Sylvesters.
Here you go.
Or how
Hold on,
about,
check
how
this out.
about
No,
you
no.
shut down the Salvation Armies?
This is the problem people have. This is the problem people have. The sneaker is part of Golden Goose's new fall 2018 collection and retail for $530.
Well, Balenciaga did it for the past 2 years. Nobody said a word.
True facts. them dusted and disgusted.
Them Subway Surfers.
Right.
That's the same. The boy got the same shoes on my son play with the gang. I'm like,
With the sole that's like 5 sizes thick.
yes, man. It looks like that's like the shoes Papa the Rapper used to wear. Kick, punch is all in the mind. Like you come to the game, I sure you want to test me, I sure you fine. The things that teach you, be sure to beat you.
You can't
Every time
wait
I
for that
see-
PlayStation Classic to drop up.
Oh boy.
We didn't have social media, so we had to play games.
The Superstar tape sneakers are described on Nordstrom's website as featuring crumply, hold it all together tape. There's a tape called Hold It All Together?
Yeah,
And,
duct tape.
grungy,
That's what we call it.
grungy rubber cup sole. But some consumers believe the Golden Goose Superstar tape sneaker make light of being poor, calling the shoes distasteful, shameful, and offensive. This is not the first time that Golden Goose has come under fire for his shoes. 2 years ago, Golden Goose was heavily criticized for a similar style sneaker featuring ripped laces and silver duct tape. Golden Goose responded to the controversy, explaining that it has featured pre-distressed footwear and clothing in its collection for years. Okay, so you've been a jackass for years. That don't make it like.
I don't think it's. If that's what they do, don't have a problem with it. My thing is, don't act like you care about poverty because there's $500 shoe coming out. If you care about poverty, you'll be helping the people that's on the street, donate them food kitchens, donate your time. Don't donate a news article about somebody allegedly glorifying poverty when you don't do nothing to combat poverty.
Agreed, but I don't feel like they're mutually exclusive. I think you can be outraged and still do both.
I don't understand what's the purpose of being outraged. Because
No, I'm not. I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
know about shoe because I
outraged.
got
This is a
dumped.
news
It's
story.
glorified.
I can see why.
I mean,
I
to
would
me,
ru-
that's a reach.
Outraged is maybe a strong word for it. Like, this is what the article said, so I'm just telling you what they said. I wouldn't be outraged, but I can see why it rubs people the wrong way, because it's like, oh, and all of a sudden, rich people, like, it's just funny to me that rich people want to dress like poor people.
So I mean, well, like what Guru said though, those Balenciagas.
But my
Yeah.
thing is, but you can't be mad at rich people because poor people want to dress like the rich people.
But there's a
rich
reason
people-
why, though. Like, that's going up.
The rich are richer.
It's an unparalleled universe.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but it's bizarre. It's like, wait a minute, so this is how you want to dress now?
That's
Well,
the
a
end
lot of
thing
rich
right
people
now.
can't dress, so the poor people got to make use of what they got to make it do what it do. So I
Right.
guess
I mean, I just look at it as like the trend. Like, remember when Kanye West started like the Yeezy collection? Like, his clothes had holes in it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was bizarre too. Like, why is this cool now?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I just say it just trickles down. So
Right.
I don't see how, but I don't feel like anything like glorifies poverty. I don't see like the outrage in
Nah, I
that.
don't
To me, it's just stupid, honestly. But I mean, hey, if that's how people with money want to dress, go right ahead.
I mean, if you want to spend $530 on a shoe that got duct tape on it,
And say I could
check out my new
make
collection.
that for
I know I was
you.
gonna say check out my new fall collection of Converse 1-Stars that I went and bought it and
Yeah, you know,
just beat the hell up.
deconstructed them and everything.
So just tie the laces to the back of my car and drive around in them. Sell them for $600 a pop. This is a story I've been wanting to get into. I just thought it was a cool story, and I saw the documentary on it last week. How many people have seen The Wizard of Oz? I'm guessing anybody in the room. You've never seen The Wizard
No,
of
it's I have.
Oh, okay.
Multiple times.
The Wiz is better, but Wizard of Oz is cool too.
Well, of course, we're gonna say the Wiz is better.
Yeah, I mean anybody with eyes can say The Wiz is better.
I mean, hey,
Honestly,
we can just ease on down the road.
It has Michael Jackson, that's and Diana Ross. Like, I mean, and Richard Pryor. Like, they had everybody. They
Had
like
an
every
all-star
black
cast.
celebrity. And like, who wasn't in?
Who was in the Wizard of Oz?
I just told you.
No, I'm saying who was in the Wizard of Oz.
Julie Garland and yeah,
Exactly.
I can't even tell you, bro. And the only reason I even know Julie, that was like her one movie.
See, this is what we need a White Ranger for.
I know he would have all that information because he's white. You know what? I probably see now. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. Only reason I'm even thinking about this now because we got a review on iTunes where somebody listened to the show, right? And I guess basically he surmised that like I hate white people, and because he said I had a racist white guy voice that I would do. I don't know when. I don't know if he's thinking about the Yelp 1-star reviews.
That's what I was
that's
gonna
what
say.
it
It was probably the end.
But that's not, it's funny because some of those voices are not even based on like white people. But it was just funny. Like when I sort of read the comment, it was like, yeah, these guys have been accused of racism before. And I'm like, when?
I think that's the voice that he's talking about too.
Oh, is that my racist white guy voice? I'm like, it was just funny like to hear a racist white guy voice. It's like that sounds like such an oxymoron, but it's just a weird thing to hear. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're that sensitive, I can't even appeal to that level of sensitivity because it's like at that point you're hearing what you want to hear.
Well, you do straddle it quite a close.
Okay, but would you ever accuse? First of all, this is the same guy that used his Asian voice like a couple episodes ago.
No.
These are the beefs. These are the beefs that Guru was talking about earlier.
Yes, it was.
But I'm like, yeah, like whenever. Okay, like honestly, if all the things I've said on the show, would you think racist white guy voice ever make your
Yeah.
list?
I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand sometimes with the review.
Yeah.
No,
so-
specifically racist, because he didn't complain about anything else.
Yes.
He complained about racist white guy voice.
I think that's probably what it is. I addressed the
That's what it is. The racist white guy voice.
the breaking of the making fake shoes in China. Like
So that requires you to try to talk Chinese.
I mean, so people get a sense of the fakeness.
So they don't know what Chinese people sound like.
No, it could have been. What was that? What's that called? It could have been Japanese. It could have been Mandarin. It could have been.
Here we go. Guru trying to
I
be
know,
politically
right?
correct.
I know, right? Bullshit. Like we know.
Those are
exactly.
criminals. Those are criminals. They're breaking laws. So you can make fun of criminals. Good people miss.
I mean, racist white guys are probably criminals as well. So
No, you couldn't.
I know how you just generalize the whole race of people, but like I make one voice.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about other stuff. You'd be like, whoop.
But that's not what he mentioned though.
I mean,
That's not what he mentioned though. He mentioned racist white guy voice, which sounds so bizarre when I hear it out loud. Like it was bizarre reading it. When I say it out loud, it sounds even more bizarre.
man, like I said, I think I know which voice he was talking about too.
Yeah, but did you ever think like, oh man, that's gonna get us some angry letters? Like no, like
I mean, so far since I've been on, there's a couple things that I thought was gonna get some angry letters.
yeah.
Not that.
thank you. That's all I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
think
not
that.
that.
I'm not saying I never say anything offensive. I'm saying
You say a lot of
Yeah,
offensive.
it's
I
very
do.
offensive things.
I do, and I really don't care. But but that I took umbrage to because I'm like, no, like really, like you kind of like you digging right now. You want to be offended at that point. You are looking to be offended.
Nah, that's not. Well, I apologize on behalf of Caesars.
Don't apologize. No, I don't apologize. No, don't do that.
I mean,
He's the person.
he is dressed like an attorney right now, so it's only right.
Yeah, that's true. A cool attorney.
Oh, he'll watch.
He's got the
That's
Michigan
what Caesar
jacket.
watch his car like 8 KKK people. And be like, I heard what you said. He's like, oh, y'all gonna beat me up? Oh, y'all gonna beat me up? Oh,
Y'all can try. That'd be my next response. Y'all can try.
Oh, where y'all cross at? Y'all ain't got no cross? I got some gasoline for you. Like
Let me help you.
You agitate. You provoke, bro. You the king of provoking.
Like, people don't want that smoke. But look,
With the same voice. Oh, you don't like a black guy, huh?
I know. All right, let's try to talk this out. But not like I just thought it was the most bizarre complaint ever. I'm like, there's a lot of things to complain about, and I just thought that was like a stretch with that. But anyway, The Wizard of Oz, because white people love Wizard of Oz, right? So stolen Wizard of Oz ruby slippers found nearly 13 years later. Now, once again, there's a documentary called The Slippers that does a better job of explaining this than probably I will, but this was kind of funny. An article written by Emanuela Grinberg for CNN, a pair of red sequin slippers from the classic 1939 film. Damn, that was a long time ago. I don't know why I thought The Wizard of Oz came out like in the 50s, but 1939 film, The Wizard of Oz, has been found 13 years after they disappeared from a Minnesota museum. The slippers are one of 4 known pairs that actress Judy Garland wore in her role as Dorothy in the film. The slippers disappeared in August of 2005 from a museum dedicated to Judy in her hometown. And honestly, if you saw the documentary, I'm not even sure you can call this a museum. Like, honestly, it would be like calling my Nike collection the Nike Museum. Like,
Is it a shrine?
like it's literally a bungalow
With collectibles.
with a couple of pictures. It's like, oh, okay, this is a museum. Like,
So are they charging people money to look at it?
apparently, I guess you got nothing else to do in Minnesota, but whatever else you do in Minnesota and look at Judy Garland pictures.
I got Mall of America. I got Twin Cities.
So why would you go there?
Everything ain't for everybody. That's fine. Everything
Man.
ain't for everybody. Like people look at us like, you spend $300 on shoes. I be like, you spend $6,000 a year on cigarettes. Like,
Right.
Damn, Guru.
You spent $5 on that Judy Garland museum ticket?
You just hit them with a truth.com
yeah,
commercial.
yeah. I light them up. I light them
They
up.
light them up too.
Yeah. I just
Right, literally.
right before I light them up, I be like, no.
I apologize to all the smokers.
Right.
Yeah.
I
can sell my
Yeah, I
shoes.
know. Yeah, you know what? Can Guru get a bad review? Like, dang, he talked about smokers, Asians, and I use one voice, and all of a sudden I get a bad review.
I mean,
I
you
talk about
know,
people, I talk about people who are
get the
breaking the
bad
law
review.
that happen to be
Oh,
in their native
cut
country
it out.
in China. I talk about smokers because they try to combat someone buying sneakers when you
He
actually.
said people breaking the law.
Not only
as if-
when you ever heard somebody like, if I bought my sneakers, would it get you sick? No, but if I smoke cigarettes, it would get you sick. So I have more of a leverage in the argument than they do.
God. This is-
Typical guru.
I know,
Like,
right?
just
He
typical
took it
guru.
away. It was like, I have a
Typical
moral
guru.
obligation to blah, 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 blah.
I think his tie's a little too tight. That's what's
I'm
wrong
saying,
with him
man.
right now.
Jeez. Like, whatever pyramid scheme, infomercial you just came from. Anyway, memorabilia collector Michael Shaw loaned the slippers to the Judy Garland Museum for their annual Wizard of Oz festival in 2005. Michael rejected the museum's offer, and I bet you he regrets this to this day. He rejected the museum's offer to store them in a vault each night because he didn't want people handling the delicate shoes while moving them daily. But he says, and once again, this is in a bungalow in like Minnesota. Like, how much security do you really think it's going to have? Anyway, but he says that he was assured that the museum had security, which was basically, a couple of galaxies
So
taped
what
to the wall.
Is it ADT? This is security
I
that they had?
no,
It's an
all
alarm
they do is
system?
call you, hey, somebody's breaking into your house.
Yeah, like
Might want to call the police. Anyway, he was assured that the museum had security. A thief broke in through the museum's back door and smashed the glass case the slippers were held in. The alarm did not sound, and no fingerprints were left behind. The theft sparked years of rumors and dead-end leads. Investigators had no evidence aside from a single sequin that had fallen off one of the slippers. As the mystery deepened, museum staff became the target of rumors of an inside job, which honestly,
with no fingerprints.
I'm just kind of like, who else gave a shit enough to like want to steal those shoes other than somebody that works there or owns the place? Allegations that they
Wait, hold up. You said museum staff?
Oh yeah, literally like one. I think it might be volunteer work. I'm not even call it.
The disrespect of somebody.
Like, honestly, like I don't know how much money is being
That's what I'm saying. Like you said,
it
it's in a
just sounds
bungalow.
like somebody who just had an extra house and had time in their hands with a bunch of Judy Garland pictures that they somehow got their hands on. Anyway, allegations that they vehemently denied. There was even a rumor that someone had thrown the slippers into a nearby lake. Why would you throw them into a lake? Divers scoured the depths of the lake, which was so bizarre. Because I'm like, how much money? Because they had it was almost like they were going to look for the Titanic. It was like, dude, like, so y'all just spent all this money looking for these shoes, but like, let my black ass go missing. Nobody's going to, you might not even see a picture in the newspaper. Like, nobody's even going to put the money up for that.
It'll be on Sneaker Bar Detroit.
That's it. Hey, look at it. It'll be on there about 2 weeks later.
Yeah, and you work at Chrysler, so it'll be on Crime of the D.
They might not even notice that you missing
Not
there.
even in, right? Not even in. But it was just funny watching. I'm like, dog, we talking about a pair of like some red high heels and costume jewelry. I mean, costume. I wouldn't say costume jewelry, but yeah, costume.
So then, this is my question to all of that.
But they going for like $100,000 though.
So why didn't they sell it to like the Smithsonian?
No. Okay, so let me finish this and then I'll explain. It's our job, blah, 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 blah. Divers scoured the depths of the lake but came up empty-handed. Finally, a break in the case came in the summer of 2017. An individual approached the company that insured the slippers, which were insured for $1 million, saying he had information about the shoes and how they could be returned.
Inside job.
This was immediately viewed as an apparent attempt to extort the owners. But after a nearly year-long investigation involving the FBI's art crime team, we just making up stuff.
I'm gonna go apply for that
think-
job.
Laboratory.
I think
I
they're the same people who chased down the OSHA 11 people. So
Yeah.
they get busy every 5 years.
We got a case of these stolen Mickey Mouse gloves. But after
They gotta find them by the time you come down. Disney World is your place, bro. So they gotta find the gloves.
they better, but
Yeah, 'cause I paid $2,000 for tickets. You don't got no gloves. You only have what pair of ears? You don't got no elephant ears. I walked around here in my wing 12s.
Anybody go down to Orlando to see Mickey Mouse bare hands? Like,
But you though, I paid $20 for a speed pass. I cut in front of 6 kids. You don't got the Mickey Mouse glove.
I'm gonna let that slide because it was funny.
Angry Caesar review voice. But that was all factual though, bro.
Hey, look, he be serious as a heart attack.
Oh
too.
man, you should have seen it when he trying to get in, bro. I was like, bro, you got a speed pass. You
No,
still
we had
cut.
two-
He
we had
cut
2
with
hours.
a speed pass,
We
though.
had 2 hours.
He cut with a speed
We
pass.
were supposed to get there at noon. We didn't get there till like 3, and the park closed like early as hell. I think it closed at like 8. So it was
No,
like
it was night when we left there. It was about 9
No,
or
because
10.
we went to downtown Disney.
No, I'm talking about when we left there. It was night, but not about 9.
No, it was like January. Everything is night by like 6 o'clock.
No, it was dark. But I feel like, man,
But February.
he cut in front. He had a speed pass and still cut.
Nah, that's the point of a speed pass. Like my fault, your
His speed
parents
pass
ain't
to
buy
go
you
to
a
the
speed pass.
like he cut in front of the
You gonna learn a life lesson
He
today.
had a speed pass on steroids.
Bro, that
You gonna learn a life lesson today,
The
little
boy,
kid.
look, this
You
8-year-old,
can't get in front of a big black
the
guy.
8-year-old boy like this, bro.
Exactly.
The lady like, you got your speed pass. The 8-year-old boy like this. Cecil's like, here you go. You want to scam me real quick while he gets that? I'm like, bro, he reaching in his pocket. Like, dog, you know, Oshkosh, but guys got some deep pockets. Give my man a chance, bro.
Time waits for no one. Yeah, anyway, after nearly a year-long investigation involving the FBI's art crime team and laboratory and field offices in Chicago, Atlanta, and Miami, so they involved all these other cities in Minnesota, the shoes were recovered during an undercover operation in Minneapolis. So anyway, going back to the shoes, there's more than just one pair.
I was gonna say,
So
they could've
there's
had-
one at the Smithsonian. This guy Michael Shaw has one. What's the Reynolds? I can't think of her name. Man, that'll lose me. It's Debbie Reynolds. She has a pair, and then somebody else has a pair. And it's like the documentary does a good job of explaining how all these pairs got found and yada yada yada. And now they're going for a whole bunch of money. Like I think the last shoe went for like $1 million or something stupid.
$1 million, they better get me home quicker than Delta.
Are they still intact?
The
they not-
shoes that I'm guessing.
Yeah, they was made better than the mag.
Them crunch berries. They sold people some crunch berries.
Basically.
Some Captain Crunch berries. I said,
So somebody buy that mag is gonna be in a Ziploc bag.
Man, no mads look like Thanos was like midway through a snap.
man, I would. You would have won that. You won that auction, and they come out there like,
Hey, look, he only had,
They gotta wipe
Gino,
the table.
There you go, here you go,
Gino,
your
he only had
mags.
2 stones when he stuck his finger.
Yeah, mags. Like, here you go. Here you go, your mags.
Hey, look, they gave you a vacuum bag. We sucked them up for you, so here you go. It's so the slippers. You know, they going for a whole bunch of money. It's just funny seeing the reaction that people give those shoes, though. Like, and it just made me think, like, just in general, how people just feel about shoes in general, which is why we love sneakers.
Why don't they just had a shoe surgeon make some?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know.
You take them Dorothy shoes, make them look like they came from City Slickers.
Ostrich, red ostrich skin.
Red ostrich alligator
Oh, you got them Crocs.
Crocs. Look
And
like
they be fresh though.
it's like, man.
Like,
When they remake the Wiz, that's what she can wear.
man, I'm surprised she ain't wearing it in the first one.
What? Oh yeah.
Look, she got white shoes in the first one. No, wait a minute. Were they ruby shoes?
It's not red shoes.
Yeah, they were
Were
red.
they? Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they just blackified the Wizard of Oz. That's all that was.
I mean, it was a cooler Wizard of Oz.
It's blackified.
You can call it what you want to.
They should have did like a black exploitation.
They're giving you a choice. What would you rather watch, The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz?
the Wiz.
I think they should do another one.
Telling you, they should do one like a black exploitation movie.
That should be another one like currently, like who should play the lion?
They did one on like, what was it, like the
Ah,
Wiz Live or
yeah.
something?
Well, they
That
should
was
do
whack. I know, I agree. But okay, so like if you had to recast it, who would it be?
Uh,
I already know what Dorothy would be.
who?
Well, I mean, Beyonce. It would just have to be.
Yeah. Who has no heart?
He's really thinking about. He doing a case study. You know?
Think of what actually has no heart.
Cam Newton.
Yeah. Wiggins.
Cam Newton to play the lion.
Wiggins for the 10 man.
We just picking random people. I thought we had to
and
pick
then
actors.
Scared. I don't know who could be lion. Matt Patricia.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's picking athletes.
Just because of the beard, huh?
No,
And
This movie's not- it
scaredy
was-
play-
This would be the
scaredy
worst
play
acting
calling.
movie ever.
Scary
Like,
play
exactly.
calling.
like honestly, this is.
But you had to have those
You
qualities.
gotta pick actors, man.
Who's somebody you can never see?
What?
Talking about the Wiz. Who's somebody you can go through the
whose
hoops
character?
hoops to see? Like I feel like the character should embody those qualities. Like you should be a scaredy cat.
Artist want. Oh man, I
You
thought
should
was
be
gonna have an
no
actor
heart.
or actress. Jeez, he's making this.
No.
He's gurufying getting.
Oh yeah, he is definitely glorifying this.
I don't know. I had to think about that. I'm gonna go home and think about that.
Yeah, we'll get that in the group chat later on.
I know.
The group chat is a podcast.
2:00 in the morning. I'm gonna get a.
Group chat is a podcast. You guys get a feel like the group chat. You don't even get half the stuff.
Gino, who would you cast, man? Because I think Beyonce would be Wendy, Dorothy. Who's the scarecrow? I don't even know who the scarecrow.
I think you could throw like Kevin Hart in there.
No, oh God,
I'm
no.
just saying he would at
I'll
least.
tell you, that's the last thing I want to do is add Kevin Hart to anything else that he's
I
not.
think
already
Kevin
able
Hart.
to.
I think Kevin Hart would be good as a scarecrow.
Oh my God! Then you got to throw Tiffany Haddish in there.
I
somewhere.
think Cat Williams would be good. He a good doorman.
No, yeah, he could be the guy
Yeah.
that opens up
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah.
See, man,
Nicki Minaj could be the scarecrow.
No, man.
come on, man.
Yeah, the way she was looking at when Cardi threw that shoe. Ain't
Yeah,
going
you see what
nowhere.
Cardi head look like?
Not from security, but she was like,
That was
it's from security. Yeah,
Nicki went all parts of that.
she was like, I'm standing right here. She's scared cat.
Jay-Z should be the Wiz.
Yeah, you gotta go through Tata, J. Brown. You gotta go through everybody before you see Jay, Emery. You gotta go through everybody. But once you get, that should be.
Yeah, I don't know. I really have to go through my list of
I feel like we're
actors.
taking too much time for the podcast now.
Yeah.
Like Guru made it all deep and shit. Like, I was just trying to make
Who has no
a light
hearts?
conversation. Oh no,
The Migos could be the Ravens.
I mean, they already hyenas in the Lion King movie, so.
they could be
Are
the
they?
Ravens.
I mean, I guess, was that a rumor or is
Nah,
that
they
like
was just-
true?
They was vouching for that. Like, hey, we should be the Lion King. I think Beyonce and somebody else was supposed to be in Lion King. They was like, hey, can we be the hyenas?
oh Donald Glover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense for the Migos to be the hyenas.
If I say, but my thing is, don't make it too modern. If I come out the hyenas dancing a stir fry, like I would like.
as long as you let them talk like regular and say, like just all of that. I'm
But
cool
Whoopi
with it.
Goldberg killed it though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I feel like certain roles, like that's why they got what's his face,
James Earl
James
Jones
Earl Jones.
as Mufasa.
You
Yeah.
was driving on
This
the
is-
east side too long, John R. Jones.
That's a Detroit reference. Nobody knows what we're talking about. But that's why they got to bring James. Like who else was going to play that role? Like that's
Yes.
his role forever. Like Darth Vader. Like nobody else is playing that.
Facts. I'll give you that.
Like you're gonna have like before he died, you gotta have to record every line possible that Darth Vader might say in future movies.
You know what? You know what? They should definitely like use his voice and Morgan Freeman's voice for like navigation systems.
I'm surprised they don't already.
Yeah, I mean, I could just imagine. Like, I would feel like I'm really going somewhere if I heard James Earl Jones telling me to turn left. I can't like imitate his voice. So I'm not even gonna try it.
Yeah, I know. Go left.
Denzel should replace Siri.
No, because then he gonna guarantee you that you're gonna get there in time,
No,
and
I'm
you
talking about
not.
like the Siri, like call somebody. Like I think Denzel would be great for.
Nah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Nah.
Yeah,
that's
I'd rather have
Just
that.
because he gonna
Kids
drop
got
a,
cell phones. You can be like middle class. Kids be like, "What's 2 + 2?" Like, 4, Like,
Yeah,
like you can't have
I need
that.
that in my life. I need Samuel L. Jackson
Yeah,
to
Samuel
do
L. Jackson to just yell, "You dumbass can't find my phone."
it. Yes, they deserve to die. I hope they burn in hell.
Terrible. Air Force Ones. There we'll talk about sneakers again.
Yeah, all right.
Those
Just
sneakers.
throwing out rental shoes.
Let's bring it back home.
Galaxy Dunk. Anyway, there's a charity auction that's going on too, by the way, just to give you all a heads up. Pro athletes sell their sneakers for charity. An article written by Riley Jones for Soul Collector, sneaker and streetwear marketplace, Grailed. I've never heard of this, by the way. Has teamed up with nonprofit organization The Kickback to sell footwear provided by NBA and NFL players. Participating players include Kyle Lowry, Emmanuel Mutley of the New York Knicks, Todd Gurley of the LA Rams, wide receiver Jalen Strong, and former New York Giant Victor Cruz. People can expect everything from pairs from the players' personal closets to signed PEs. Notable sneakers up for grabs are Todd Gurley's Chicago Air Jordan 1s. You didn't got to be Todd Gurley's. I think you just put Chicago Air Jordan 1. That'd be enough.
Right. Probably got a signature on it or something.
Probably. and autographed Nike Alpha Menace cleats. But that is weird though, because like, why do I want to autograph Chicago 1 something about Todd Gurley?
It's not even a Rams colorway.
You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like why would I want? You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that was weird when we go to SneakerCon, and like kids are like, "Oh my God, my favorite!" Like sign this shoe, and it's like they had nothing to do with that shoe.
Somebody gonna bid on the shoe. Is gonna wipe his
It's
name
like Michael
right
Jordan
off
signed his Willie Mays baseball card. It's like wow.
They probably thought he was the same person.
Like why would I want Michael Jordan's signature on a Willie Mays card? Like makes no sense.
That's pretty stupid.
Yeah. Anyway,
They get a bill for that one.
there you go. Jalen Strong is selling his triple black Adidas Yeezy 750 boots. Or boots. Sorry, boots. Same difference. They look like boots.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's.
Once again, you didn't got to put a name to it. You could just say Yeezy 750 boots, and people are going to jump on it. Proceeds from all sales will help purchase sneakers for children in need in each athlete's respective city, along with a charity of their choice. You can purchase the sneakers now by going to grail.com.
So why don't they just auction off their shoes they played in? Like, then just that's
what
like,
they are.
No, I'm saying, like, they auction off stuff out their personal collection. Like, they just seem whack to me. Like,
I mean, but like in the case of info players, like, what's going to go more? Your cleats or.
I mean, the
boots?
cleats, if it's a pair of cleats that they actually did something in with a signature on it.
In general.
What have any of those players done in those cleats outside of Todd Gurley?
Nothing.
Was Victor Cruz on the Super Bowl team for the Giants? No, he wasn't. Yeah. That second Super Bowl they won. I feel like he was on that team, wasn't he?
Maybe so. But he ain't played in a minute, though.
I mean, do we really want to get into an NFL conversation?
No. No, for Francis. But no, so so definitely shoot your shot by going to Grail.com to see what they have left. I don't know. I haven't even looked it up myself, and this is the first time I've heard of Grail, so maybe they might have some sleepers on there.
Maybe.
Speaking of which, I want to shout out real quick before we end the show. I want to shout out MJL23 Dan. Well, one, he gave me some insight into the 33s. He was saying that the lace lock system that they got going, like, because I guess that comes from the astronaut suit, but that also comes from he's seen that in his time. I guess he's worked with a lot of racing cars and whatnot, and he was saying that lock system has a tendency to fail. So he was saying, like, I wonder how much is tested and how many times can it be used before it fails, or how much can it take, especially if you're using it for its intended purposes to play basketball and whatnot, how much torque and all that other stuff can it take. So shout out to him on that, just that conversation information. However, really want to shout him out because he put me up on this one website that I can't think of right now. But
wow. Thanks a lot.
There's a couple other shows. I'll tell y'all after the show, but there's a couple I'll tell y'all next show. How about that? I'll tell our listeners next show. I'll tell you guys after. But there's some other shoes I want to get, and I don't want nobody to see block me from getting them. But I was able to get the Toro 18s in my size, and they were also a sample pair. So I'm interested to see how they differ from the pair that came out in retail versions. And that was what's fun? What's funny about the whole thing is, like, all the shoes that I complained about not getting this year, at some point found their way to me, like the Prime Night 11s, the Gold Toe ones, the Free Throw Line 3s. So they found their way to me, and most of them for pretty good prices. Like the Gold Toes I got just for trading. I bought the 11s. I did the cap and gown 11s. Got those for retail,
and then just traded
and
those.
just traded them.
I mean, I
had to come out some money to get them the second time because I wanted them.
I mean, I just think that's the day and age in which we live in with shoes now. I mean, you kind of a lot of times it feels like it's not as much of a rush.
And I think that's why my attitude is, because like I was talking to Buckeye City Soul, shout out to him. I was talking about the Court Purple and the Pine Green joints that just came out this past weekend, and how I was just so indifferent. Like, yeah.
But also, you gotta give that credit to the resale market has gotten so large that it's almost like stock. Like, you can wait till the price drops just right, or you can wait until you get
Yep.
it. It's like you miss a release, but you really don't miss it. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
it's
let it go
definitely
by,
it's
you know?
it's definitely
Back in the
not
day,
same.
like when
If
you
missed
05, 04, you missed your shoe.
That's
it was
it.
a wrap.
That's
Yep.
it.
It was
Coming out of
Yeah.
mortgage payment for no reason.
Exactly.
You
And
know,
then when they re-release it like 4 years later,
You feeling salty?
yeah, because it's different. It's not the
Yeah.
exact same.
But but I also think it's spoiling me because it's like the stuff I've been able to find is like I've either found it for cheap or somebody looked out for me. So it's almost like I feel like I'm getting spoiled because it's like, okay, now I can just get anything I wanted to when I know I can't. But shout out to MJ23. Then he put me up on that, man. It's funny how people like hit me up when they see like Guru. I gotta hit up D, by the way. He got a size 15 left in his shoe that he made. So
yeah, texting that post.
yeah. So it's just funny.
Nice.
I get tagged all the time now. Anytime I see a size 15 on sale anywhere, like, oh my god, I can shit out Caesar. So shout out to you people.
You famous.
I guess a little bit. Yeah, famous enough to get people to complain about my white voice. But anyway,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, my racist white voice, which sounds bizarre just even saying it. But anyway, what's it, 187?
On an undercover cop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, episode 187, 13 away from 200. I don't know what we're going to do for 200.
Have cake and ice cream.
We did that last time.
Cheesecake and ice cream.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure out something.
So add the extra 600 calories. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you weren't thinking deep enough.
Only Guru.
All right. Like for episodes over 200, what's Heartless? Man,
Right.
who's
Pulled out his
Heartless?
calorie
Who has no
counter on his
hearts?
phone.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but seriously though, because this has been a lot in the last couple of months, transition wise, from a lot of things, from crap to studio to whatever else Lord knows we got going on. So definitely appreciate everybody supporting us. Continue to show us love. I haven't checked the downloads yet, but I think we're still at 55-ish, 56. So
1,000 a month.
yeah. So
Nice.
as long as
Appreciate
we
that,
keep
yep.
growing, yes. So appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys sticking with us. I guess the people I haven't turned off with any racist voice that they feel like I have.
Probably makes them tune in more.
Yes, or anything racist Guru got to say about Asians.
What
I
will
don't have
Caesar
nothing
sound like
racist
on this
about Asians.
episode?
I was identifying criminal activity in another country. But
Which
shout
one?
out to my I put like some of my friends on, some of my female friends, like they're not into sneakers, but they'll listen to the podcast and say that we're funny and they enjoy it. And they're not into sneakers. So that's a notch to the camaraderie we have and how we get along.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we gotta make a segment of his stories from him.
Like, for real.
Like, I'm trying to figure out what job. Like, we should have a checklist of every.
Oh, I got one for you guys. Later on, I got. Jesus. It was one when I was at California Pizza Kitchen, 12 Oaks Mall, and immigrations came through there, bro.
Say that for next week.
No
Say
lie,
that for next week.
no lie.
Tune in next
They-
week and we hear this
immigrations
immigration
came through there,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yep. All right. So on that note, yeah. Wow.
Can't wait for next
I don't
week
even want
now.
to hear it now. I want to wait till I want to hear it for the first time on the show. next
Yeah,
week.
can't wait for next week now.
Yeah, I know.
And then Francis
I know. Ideally, right?
Yeah.
I think Francis, the one Cuban on the show, he's gonna come back for the immigration episode. I can't help myself sometimes. Like, I've never cared about immigration so much in my life until next week's show. But anyway, shout out to everybody. Shout out for the love and support. And we'll see you guys 188.
All right.
Yep.
Peace. Yeah, phone real quick, bro.